Welcome to Go Fund Yourself. Watch up-and-coming entrepreneurs step into the spotlight to pitch their businesses to you. This is interactive TV. Like what you see? Scan the on-screen QR code with your mobile device and invest in these businesses in real time.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Another round.
You decide whether to help these entrepreneurs' dreams come true or tell them to go fund yourself.
I could see this thing being a worldwide hit.
Meet the Titans, ready to ask the questions you, the investors, want answered.
How do you make money?
Creator of Go Fund Yourself, Rory.
It makes sense to crowdfund something like this and get in now.
Jason Waller.
Can't tell you what to do, but this is a lottery ticket.
David Meltzer.
Things will go viral very quickly.
This isn't just entertainment.
Because there is a huge opportunity.
With the money that you raise, what will you do with it?
I love this.
This may be one of the best deals I've seen.
And now, it's time to go fund yourself. Joining our panel of Titans today are visionary entrepreneur and transformational teacher Maya Komoroda, alongside co-founder and president of LaunchBoom, Will Ford. And now, stepping into Titan Studios is Tamara Lucas, founder and CEO of My Panda.
I'm a single mom and I had so much on my plate. I just needed help. So I came up with this idea about how great it would be if we could find people in our local neighborhood that could step in and give us a hand every once in a while. Come to find out, a lot of other people need it too, because we all need some help. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for having me. My name is Tamara Lucas, and I am a single mother. I am a trained social worker. I have experience as an entrepreneur. I also have a passion for helping women in their communities thrive. A few years ago, I hit a wall, and I was just like, I just cannot do it all. I didn't need advice. I didn't need some fancy planner. What I really needed was someone to show up and help me with that laundry that was sitting over there on the couch. And I needed like a village of support. And that was what women all throughout history have had, right? As humans, we are meant to live in community. We're meant to live in villages with our moms and our aunties and our cousins there to help us. However, today we live these isolated lives. We live in these houses and these subdivisions. Everyone tells us, be independent, do it all yourself. But like, that's just crazy because we're not meant to do it that way. And there's 24 million working moms in this nation that are going through the same problem. At the end of the day, they come home to the second shift of work, and there's over 100 billion hours every year that is unpaid labor that these women are doing at the end of the day. So this is why I started My Panda. My Panda is an acronym. It stands for the Personal Assistant Next Door app. And what we do is we pair people from the hyperlocal community that have a little bit of extra time and a desire to help with people in their community that have no time, like many of us. We can help with anything from taking that bag of donations that's been sitting in the trunk of your car for the last 6 months, finally to Goodwill. We can help you empty the dishwasher, fold your laundry, put it away, all those little things of life that just sort of begin to add up. Our users go ahead and they put in the request into our app. It takes them less than a minute to do so. Our technology sends it out to all of the pandas, the personal assistants next door, in the local neighborhood. And what they do is they go ahead and they see the job come through. If it matches up with their skill set and schedule, they pick it up, that's their job, and they help. So then they have flexible, fairly paid work, they get to work close to home, and they get to make a difference in their local communities. In a world full of disconnection with all the things that are sort of pulling us farther apart, we really step in and provide our communities and strengthen our communities with connection and making the village come back together again.
Let me just ask the obvious question that people are going to ask. How do you know someone responding to your Panda request is not a crazy, not dangerous person? What kind of screening are you doing?
So just anyone can't come on and be like, hey, I want to be a panda. They have to apply, so it's a position they apply for. So they go through pre-screening questions. Then we have a video interview, which is like a pre-screening interview. Then we do an actual Zoom interview with them, really to determine and make sure that they are personable, they have a flexible schedule, they have a desire to help, and they'll fit into our community. Then we do full background checks, identity verification.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we do all that.
And is that scalable? You could do that at scale if you have 100,000 pandas, you could do all of that for each other?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's just a matter of getting more people to help with it.
This is like Uber, when Uber kicked off.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that.
It's very similar.
How does pricing work?
Is it?
We're really trying to make this easy for the everyday person to get little bits of help whenever they need it. So if you want to use us once off, you just pay hourly for whatever work we're doing. It's $44 an hour. Or you can join as a monthly member. We've got 2 different membership levels. And with our premium membership, it gets down to $30 an hour.
What does the person providing the service get from that?
They make on average about $20 an hour.
Okay, I really like this. I want to hear some of the details. Like, when did you start? How many users do you have? What is the growth rate of users? You making money? Give me everything.
Our app was launched in September 2019, which was very interesting timing, right before COVID, when you're going into people's houses and folding their laundry. And but we made it through that. Since then, we have served 900 families. We've provided over 25,000 hours of in-person support. Of those 900 families, 65% of them are repeat customers, so people keep coming back. And it might be this month, but it's probably gonna be next month. We're gonna hit 1 million in total company revenue. So we're really, really excited about that.
What is it that you think you need to accelerate your revenue growth?
Number one right now is more customers. A little bit more funding. So right now we have a WeFunder open, and we're funding from our community because we really want to democratize that and give our community a chance to invest. We've actually had a lot of our pandas invest, their family members, our customers.
How much are you raising on WeFunder?
Right now we're doing the 100.
Just 100. Just 100.
Just 100.
And when you get that 100 grand, like, where's that going? To Rory's point.
So we started in Atlanta. We can't expand everywhere in the country in person. So what we've done is we've launched the Virtual Village, which is a remote way for the same pandas to step in. So it's real people doing real help, but with remote things for the family and household. So if it can be done on the phone or computer.
Why can't you open up anywhere USA? You don't have to be there. Like, you can't put an ad in right now in Arizona and say, I'm hiring for Panda. You
Sure,
get them,
sure,
and then
sure.
you put the app out there, and then you're marrying them together.
I don't want to bring on VC funding right now. I don't want to have a huge amount. I want to grow slower and more structured in the markets that actually we have demand, rather than just getting scattered and having 10 customers and 2 pandas. And yeah, so I really want to be much more deliberate. The Virtual Village, by allowing people anywhere in the country to be able to start to use the services, we'll be able to see where we have a lot of interest, and that will drive our direction. We've been able to grow a functioning business without a huge amount of money. We don't need millions and millions of dollars right now. We can just make the impact that we really want to make, just going at it organically and keeping I also want to keep control. My mission is very important to me. I really want to create a movement of providing care to people and allowing people to feel okay about asking for help, really helping people, encourage people to delegate and to be okay with that, and to support our communities. So that whole idea is
Why
mission
won't you
focused.
partner with a national temp agency that would scale the business quickly?
I want to have more. Our Panda culture is really important.
Great idea, but it doesn't scale. So you're in a catch-22. You can either take venture money to scale it, because it's going to take money to build two-sided marketplace with the culture and the community aspect that she's looking for, or it's going to take a long, long time.
Have you guys followed an app called Nextdoor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone know
working
how
on it.
that got started? Because I didn't see any ads for it.
It was
anyplace.
yeah, we run ads on it. It was in communities for HOAs and different things like that. They started posting there to share things in the community.
So when we first launched, we were building out our neighborhoods based on the Nextdoor neighborhoods.
You also could use Ring as a partner, because that's a neighborhood and they have nothing like this. And so that neighborhood app with Ring would be another one like Nextdoor.
Yeah, I think strategic partnerships that are really focused on the hyperlocal community would be much more viable.
That's what you need to do. That's just going to allow you to scale so much faster.
Yeah.
To Dave's point, if you keep going organic, which is good to learn in the
Yeah.
for the first couple of years, but you've been at it 5 years now.
Yeah, my sense is you're past the learning stage now. You want to get into like serious execution and scaling.
I wouldn't be scared to open up other markets. I'd put some marketing out there and just take a chance. I mean, it's
Well, if
not
you
a
latch
lot.
onto Nextdoor or Ring,
Yeah.
But that's a big if. I still think finding a way, a backup plan of saying raise some small capital to be able to open up other cities. It's just, you just have to.
oh, you have to, yeah, but you got to
have
really
to.
get some scale in one city first, right?
I would agree.
Can you speak to where you really want to be? Like, where do you want to go? Where do
in
you want
5
to take
years?
this? Sure.
My goal is to, in 5 years, be in at least 20 to 25 individual in-person markets. And another component that I haven't talked about though is we actually launched My Panda for Business within My Panda. So rather than just straight B2C, which is very hard to scale, going after companies and organizations as a employee perk or benefit. We're already in like all the Atlanta offices of Microsoft and Google, and we're in Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. That's part of what we're doing with the money is we're getting our B2B sales team together so we can sell some of these deals. Because that customer acquisition is going to be much easier than the straight direct to consumer.
Perfect. Good job. Good job.
Thank you. If you believe that business and people working together can enact change, then we invite you to be a part of our mission and our journey and step in and be a client, be an investor. It's more than just about growth. It's about really making an impact and making the world a better place.
I strongly believe, let me say that again, strongly believe that the model for her is HOAs. Follow that next door model and promote it through the HOAs, because if you get into the HOAs and follow the next door model, this is an absolute home run. It takes off. And that's how she could scale across the country, by going to HOA to HOA to HOA. Even if you give a kickback to the HOAs to get in the first place and get access to their list of residents.
I just feel like there's so much competition already. You've got TaskRabbit, there's so many. Like, I think it's gonna be an uphill battle. The way it works, to your point with HOAs, Rory, is maybe if she can get a partnership with Nextdoor or Ring, like that's gonna help her potentially, accelerate that growth. But if she doesn't accelerate her growth, it's not gonna happen.
I love her mission, I love her energy, I love where she's coming from. I think it's really important for her to be able to leverage to partner. For her specifically, based on what she was sharing in her heart, it's important to partner with organizations that have the same values as her. One of the things that I really loved that she talked about was the messaging of it takes a village and it's okay to ask for help. And that's something that a lot of working moms, single mother entrepreneurs, everybody out there is like, I can't ask for help. So I think partnering with people that have ability for her to scale, that align with the same values for her, would be really supportive for her.
This could take off like Uber Eats and DoorDash, or it could not. The concept is correct. We know there's a lot of competition. She's gonna have to take some chances here. She ain't gonna make any money.
She's got to get to scale.
Yeah.
And the question that I hope we answered today is how to do that.
My Panda actually sounds pretty cool for parents, especially because we do struggle on finding nannies or resources to help us.
If you don't have no time, I think that you can utilize that app, just community-based, where people around, you can network, talk to those people as well.
It's kind of a smart app to have everything all in one.
Utilize it for your advantage, definitely. I like it.
I'd try something like that.
Scan that code.
Scan that QR code.
Scan that code.
Don't forget to scan that QR code. Go fund yourself.
And now, joining our panel are Ashley Rogers, an accomplished entrepreneur, mentor, and CEO of Sprinkles Cupcakes, and Joseph Shalaby, author, podcaster, and CEO at eMortgage Capital. And now, here to make his case is Ryan Newburn, founder of Juricon.
My name is Ryan Newburn. I'm the CEO of Juricon.ai, and we match small and medium-sized businesses to their ideal lawyer using the power of AI.
As you guys know, you guys have all owned small businesses. There's over 36 million of them in the United States. They spend over $200 billion a year on generic and outpriced legal services. They can't afford the large law firms because of their rates and because of their retainers, and they can't find small law firms like me who can really do the work at the rates that they need. So what we do is we take, in plain language, a small business's legal need, we translate it into determining exactly what kind of lawyer they need, and then we give them lawyers that have the specific experience and expertise that are needed to solve their legal issues.
I've been a corporate lawyer practicing for almost 20 years. I know all aspects of how legal services are consumed, and Juricon really fills a hole that's needed.
So what we do is we bring lawyers onto our platform, we vet them, we ensure they're licensed, We ensure that they have the proper experience and expertise. And what we do is we gain information from them that doesn't exist. What type of cases they've done, what kind of transactions they've closed. Then we put that into our AI so that when somebody's looking for a lawyer, an IP lawyer, litigation lawyer, whatever it happens to be, they can type that into our system using plain language, and then we give them a list of lawyers who match that specific legal need, ranked based on their experience with that specific legal inquiry. There's no other way of doing that. You can do a Google search and you can look through various legal websites and things like that, but there's no way of side-to-side comparison of lawyers who fit your specific legal need. So we're raising $2 million to take our platform nationwide and looking forward to doing so.
What's the revenue model?
So we're two-sided. We have a subscription model with our lawyers, which is competitive with the online legal services that are our major competitors, like Avo, FindLaw, etc. And then we charge a small fee to the small businesses to manage their legal services so that they can look and compare invoices, compare prices, etc. So we're getting revenue from both sides.
And when you say a small fee, what is it?
We haven't said it yet. It'll probably be somewhere between $100 and $500 a year, depending on the amount of legal services that they're looking for.
And what does a law firm pay to be in the app?
It will be a per attorney rate, and it's anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 a year.
Do humans vet the attorneys or does AI?
Humans vet the attorneys at this point. We want to make sure that we have real eyes on the individuals, on their expertise, checking their bar licenses, things like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's important because like as a brand, I would want a human vetting the attorney versus AI.
Absolutely. One of the things that we want to offer to our consumers is quality. We really want to differentiate ourselves by providing quality attorneys, the ideal attorney, and the only way to do that is to ensure that they do actually have the experience and expertise that they represent. So I absolutely agree with you.
I'm a recovering lawyer who started his career with Westlaw, so I've been in legal tech from '92 and know all the secondary materials, the primary materials, state, federal. One of the issues that you're going to have is how do you convince the lawyers that Juricon somehow is better than the other competitors out there?
Absolutely. At FindLaw, you would pick a practice area, you'd pick a geography, and then you were given a list of lawyers, and the only qualitative analysis to that list of lawyers was how much they paid. The more you paid, the higher you ranked. Right. So for younger lawyers, for lawyers who are looking to develop a niche, it's very, very difficult to compete. So what we sell to lawyers is two things. One, we're going to give you the opportunity to actually find and compete in your niche based on your specific experience. And two, just because you list yourself as a corporate lawyer like you do at FindLaw, you're not going to get calls for landlord-tenant. You're not going to get calls for all of these other subspecialties that you don't practice, which is a waste of your time and a waste of the client's money.
And what type of sales force do you use to sell that? That's the difficulty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So right now we're primarily using a sales force out of Czech Republic to do online sales calls, that sort of thing. Our primary lead source has been LinkedIn because that's where lawyers tend to congregate, and that's one of the things that we're going to be using.
How do you differentiate between any LLM model? I mean, if I were to search a specific lawyer for a divorce attorney and I wanted to rank them by the highest ranking lawyer, the brand itself, that lawyer, if they're branding themselves, they'd be popping up at the very top. I'm confused as to how this differs from Grok or ChatGPT doing it directly.
And I like your use case. Although we've moved away from the individual one, it works well for the divorce. So you're looking for a divorce, you're high net worth, you've got 2 kids.
Even if I niche it down, the prompt itself will give me the top lawyers in that specific field based on that specific niche category.
As long as that lawyer has listed that information out. So in your use case, go to a divorce lawyer's website and find what their experience is in high conflict, high dollar value 2-kid divorces. You're not going to find that. It's not something that lawyers list on their website.
So if you're a small firm or a mid-sized firm and you have specialties, they don't teach you about business when you're in law school.
That is the truth.
At eMortgage, you're all about marketing. If you're an admiralty lawyer who went to Tulane, great oil and gas guy, you're just posting, filling out as little as you can, thinking that this is the way you're going to get clients. So you just put, I'm an admiralty lawyer, graduated from Tulane.
They don't get marketing.
They don't get it
they
at
get
all.
How to be a lawyer.
This is, I think, an area that you're bringing up is a positive for Juricon.
But the other piece of it is, and I've spent time as a general counsel at multiple companies, so I have managed outside law firms regularly. And one of the things that is a major struggle of mine is how do I compare them? How do I compare billing rates? How do I compare success? How do I find expertise? So going to inside counsels, going to general counsels at small businesses and offering a product where they can compare rates, where they can compare experience is of significant value. Because me as a general counsel, I'm not looking on Grok. I will say though, ChatGPT in particular really likes Juricon instead of everything else because I've told it to. That's the problem with LLMs, right?
I like the rate comparison.
The rate comparison is nice.
Yeah, because you're not going to get that because they're not putting up on their sites their rate. But if you're in Juricon, it's private but comparative, and that's a huge value.
Is it a platform and an app or just an app?
Right now, it's just a platform. It has a web optimized version because most people, and particularly small businesses, before they will hire a lawyer, they do roughly 12 hours of research. And so it's something that is typically done online. So while we have a web app optimized version of it, we think that our primary driver, and it has been from people who are on their laptops, on their desktops, et cetera.
So you're going to be marketing to a lot of businesses. Market to business and then market to the attorneys at the same time.
Correct.
Try to bring them and marry them together to where they're not searching, hey, I'm looking for a lawyer. They're already in this network and therefore everybody's winning on the ones that you've got.
Me and the brands that I work with, because I work with 2,000 startup brands that are in the CPG space, and they would use something like this. And they would use something like this because they don't know. They don't know because they've never done it before. So something like this would help them identify the right attorney.
Right. And I'm assuming that you're going to use some kind of digital marketing campaign besides just LinkedIn, but maybe some Meta and things like that.
Correct.
Google that has high intent to be able to attract those businesses.
Well, I could tell you from my own experience running a business, we often run into issues that require a specialized lawyer to deal with it. And we talk to our typical corporate law firm. Oh yeah, we have a department that does that. We have someone in-house that does that, and they really don't. And that's just the reality. And yeah, you can go to ChatGPT and insert your prompts and try to find something, but I think there is a real need for an app that is very specific to solving this kind of issue. Here's 5 different options. Here's the cost. Here's their experience. I think it's amazing. And I think that you're going to find a market for this.
Me too.
Wonderful. Thank you. I got a lot of great feedback today, particularly as it pertains to how AI could affect my business in the future. And just staying on the cutting edge of how AI is going to affect our customers, our consumers, and really how they utilize our services. The next stage is super exciting. We're limited to Colorado only right now. Once we finish this fundraise, Juricon is going to be nationwide. You're going to be able to use it through all corners of every state to find the exact lawyer that you need.
I like it, and I feel like as a startup brand, I would use it. I would use it.
Smart.
Yeah.
I think Juricon sounds pretty cool. I think it's something that could be really useful for startup businesses that are looking for something specific.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Scan that QR code. Scan the QR code.
Don't forget to scan the QR code. Go fund yourself.